Welcome to our channel. Before we get started, please consider liking and subscribing so we can bring more stories like this to you.
The scene in Monaco was nothing short of a cinematic masterpiece. A dazzling blend of luxury and adrenaline as the Grand Prix roared to life. Streets adorned with glamorous cars gleamed under the vibrant lights, while the air buzzed with anticipation and the intoxicating scent of high-octane fuel. Crowds gathered, their laughter and cheers weaving a tapestry of excitement that enveloped the city. Yet beneath this glittering facade lay an undercurrent of danger, lurking like a shadow waiting to strike as the engines revved and the race commenced. The glitz masked a sinister plot orchestrated by a notorious arms dealer who had infiltrated the festivities, and his sights was none other than Margot Robbie, a dazzling jewel among celebrities, whose presence could easily tip the scales in his favor. The vibrancy of Monaco was about to collide with treachery, setting the stage for an unforgettable night where glamour would turn lethal and one man's fury would ignite a desperate rescue mission. Amidst the roaring engines and glittering lights, Margot Robbie stood out as the epitome of elegance and allure. Clad in a stunning designer gown that shimmered like the stars above, she was a beacon of charm as she mingled effortlessly with other celebrities and fans alike. Her infectious laughter floated above the crowd, drawing attention from onlookers who were eager to catch a glimpse of Hollywood's brightest star as she posed for photographs. Her radiant smile illuminated the night, embodying the thrill of the Grand Prix. Margot was not just an attendee. She was the embodiment of the event's glamour, captivating everyone with her grace and charisma. However, unknown to those around her, this very allure made her a target for the malicious arms dealer lurking in the shadows. Little did she know that her enchanting presence would soon spark a dangerous game, a deadly chase that would turn this night of celebration into a fight for survival. In the shadows of Monaco's opulence lurked Viktor Malakov, a cunning arms dealer known for his ruthless business tactics and a reputation that sent shivers down the spines of even the most hardened criminals. With a slicked-back hairstyle and piercing blue eyes that seemed to analyze every detail around him, Viktor blended seamlessly into the crowd. All while plotting his next move, he thrived in chaos, using fear and manipulation as tools to maintain his grip on power in the underworld. His interest in Margot Robbie was purely strategic. Her celebrity status could provide him with leverage in a high-stakes deal involving illicit weapons as he watched her from afar. Viktor envisioned how capturing her would not only elevate his standing but also intimidate those who dared oppose him. With a sinister smile curling at the corners of his lips, he prepared to execute his plan, knowing that this night of glamour would soon become a night of dread, a perfect playground for his nefarious intentions. The lavish party aboard the luxury yacht reached its peak. Laughter and music mingled in the night air, creating a vibrant atmosphere that enveloped every attendee. Margot twirled on the dance floor, her smile radiant as she engaged with the other guests, oblivious to the danger circling closer. Just outside this bubble of joy, Viktor Malakov made his move. In an instant, chaos erupted when Viktor and his accomplices sprang into action. Margot felt a sudden grip on her arm as she was pulled away from the dance floor, gasps and screams reverberating through the crowd. Partygoers froze, their faces a mix of shock and confusion as they witnessed the scene unfold before them. Security personnel rushed to intervene, but Viktor's meticulous planning had accounted for every contingency as pandemonium enveloped the yacht. Margot's eyes widened in terror. She realized her glamorous evening had transformed into a nightmare filled with uncertainty and peril. News of Margot Robbie's kidnapping spread quickly through the glitzy underbelly of Monaco, reaching the ears of Jack Turner, a skilled ex-military operative known for his quick instincts and unparalleled expertise in high-stakes rescue missions. With rough-cut features and a steely gaze that revealed both intensity and determination, Jack was no ordinary protector. Hired by a prominent agency specializing in celebrity security, he had built his reputation on thwarting threats before they could materialize. As he received the alert about the kidnapping, Jack's pulse quickened. He understood that with Margot's life at stake, every second mattered. Without hesitation, he leapt into action, racing through the crowded streets to gather intel on her location. While others might have succumbed to fear, Jack's resolve solidified. He meticulously formulated a plan to infiltrate the high-security yacht, Knowing that his tactical skills would be crucial in confronting Viktor Malakov and rescuing Margot from her impending doom, as Jack Turner prepared for the risky mission ahead. He immersed himself in gathering intelligence on the luxury yacht where Margot was being held. Utilizing his extensive network, he accessed blueprints of the vessel and security protocols, revealing a labyrinth of high-tech systems designed to protect both cargo and crew. His keen eye for detail allowed him to pinpoint weaknesses in the yacht's defenses, including blind spots in surveillance cameras and shifts in guard rotations. Jack also tapped into local contacts who provided insights into Viktor Malakov's operations, learning about the dealer's ruthless reputation and connections within the criminal underworld. Each piece of information heightened his resolve as he meticulously charted a course for infiltration. He armed himself with specialized equipment, lock-picking tools, stealth gear, and a concealed earpiece. Ensuring he would remain undetected with adrenaline surging through his veins, Jack focused on the mission ahead, knowing that every moment spent preparing brought him one step closer to rescuing Margot from her captor's clutches. Under the cloak of darkness, Jack Turner approached the opulent yacht, its dazzling lights twinkling against the night sky. He remained low and vigilant, moving silently along the sleek hull, using shadows as his allies. With a quick glance at his watch, he activated the stealth mode on his high-tech equipment, rendering him almost invisible to the yacht's surveillance systems. As he reached a blind spot identified in his earlier intelligence, Jack produced a lock-picking tool and deftly bypassed the first security door with practiced ease. Once inside, he navigated through dimly lit corridors, listening intently for any signs of guards. Every creak of the yacht felt amplified as he moved with precision, avoiding tripwires and cameras that could betray his presence. Utilizing small devices that emitted white noise, Jack masked his movements from any potential listeners. Each step was calculated and deliberate as he approached the heart of the vessel, determined to locate Margot and ensure her safety before Viktor Malakov could execute his nefarious plans. The tension in the air matched his own elevated heartbeat. This was a rescue mission fueled by adrenaline and resolved. As Jack pressed deeper into the yacht, the atmosphere thickened with tension. Each corner turned, revealing new challenges that tested his skills to the limit. Suddenly, he spotted a group of armed guards patrolling the main deck, their sharp eyes scanning for any intruders. He quickly ducked behind a stack of crates, heart pounding, as he assessed the situation. Timing was critical. He needed to wait for the guards' routine to shift. Using his knowledge of combat and strategy, Jack devised a plan to divert their attention. He activated a small device that emitted a noise in another area of the ship, an urgent sound that mimicked an alarm. As the guards moved toward the source of the commotion, Jack seized the moment, slipping past them into a dimly lit corridor lined with security cameras. Each step was filled with uncertainty as he navigated laser grates and concealed motion sensors, his instincts heightened. With every obstacle conquered, Jack forged ahead, more determined than ever, to reach Margot before it was too late. With a surge of adrenaline, Jack finally stood at the entrance to the main cabin, where Margot was held captive. The door swung open with a creak, revealing Viktor Malakov, his demeanor calm yet menacing, flanked by armed guards. The tension in the air was palpable as their eyes locked, each man sizing up the other, aware that this confrontation would determine Margot's fate. "End of the line, Malakov," Jack declared, his voice steady despite the chaos that had led him here. He could see Margot bound and frightened in the corner, igniting an intense fire within him. Viktor smirked, confident in his leverage. "What are you going to do? You're outnumbered." In an instant, Jack launched forward, engaging in a fierce battle that showcased his extensive training and sheer determination. Fists flew and adrenaline coursed through his veins as he fought through guards to reach Viktor. Every move was calculated. Failure was not an option. All Jack could think about was saving Margot. Nothing else mattered. With a swift kick, Jack disarmed the last guard and turned to Margot, who was still bound but visibly strong despite her ordeal. "Are you okay?" he asked, urgency in his voice as he rushed to her side. Margot nodded, determination shining in her eyes. "I'm fine. Let's get out of here." Using a tactical knife, Jack quickly freed her from the restraints while keeping an ear out for any approaching guards. As soon as she was free, Margot took a deep breath and shook off the lingering fear. With Jack leading the way, They navigated through the dimly lit corridors, the sound of footsteps echoing behind them. "Right this way," Jack urged, as they darted towards an emergency exit he had scouted earlier. Margot kept pace with him, her heart racing not just from fear but also from exhilaration. Together, they pushed through obstacles and outsmarted security, showcasing a fierce partnership that transformed their desperate escape into a battle of wits against Victor's men. The yacht loomed ahead, but freedom was within reach. Once safely off the yacht, Jack and Margot emerged into the chaotic streets of Monaco. The Grand Prix festivities now a blurred backdrop to their harrowing escape. The sound of revving engines and cheering crowds was now distant, overshadowed by the imminent danger of Victor's pursuers hot on their trail. Heart pounding, Jack glanced over his shoulder, scanning for any signs of trouble while guiding Margot through narrow alleyways. "Stay close," he urged, his protective instincts kicking in as they ducked behind a sleek sports car. Blending into the shadows, Margot's adrenaline surged alongside Jack's. She could feel the thrill of escape mingling with the anxiety of their precarious situation. "We can't stop now," she insisted, courage propelling her forward as they weaved through the bustling streets. Margot reflected on the terrifying events that had unfolded. The experience had forged a bond between them. They were not just survivor and protector but partners in this fight for freedom. Together, they focused on outsmarting their pursuers, determined to evade capture and find safety at all costs as dawn broke over Monaco. Casting a golden glow on the city, Jack and Margot found a moment of respite in a quiet cafe, the chaos of the night finally settling. They exchanged glances, their shared experience of danger forging an unbreakable bond between them. Margot's laughter, once stifled by fear, now rang clear as she recounted their narrow escapes, her spirit undeterred. "Thank you for saving me," she said earnestly, her eyes reflecting gratitude and newfound respect for Jack. He smiled, knowing that their adventure had only deepened his admiration for her resilience. "I'd do it again in a heartbeat." With the threat of Victor Malakov temporarily behind them, they discussed their next steps, hinting at future collaborations that could blend Jack's skills with Margot's influence. The excitement of possibility filled the air as they devised plans to tackle new challenges together, each aware that their partnership would likely lead to more thrilling adventures ahead, one where they could stand united against any danger that might arise.